Do you like cherries? Do you like chocolate chip cookies? Well, if you say yes to both, then you're going to love today's video. If you want to learn and see what I'm going to be making, keep watching. Hey, it's April, and thanks for stopping by my channel, My Crazy Creative Life. I hope the intro kind of piqued your interest a little bit, because today we are continuing the 14 days of Valentines, and today is day 12. Man, we just got 2 more days left, that's it. I haven't made cookies yet. I did make that blondie, but I have not actually made any cookies yet. So I went through Pinterest to try to find some cookies I thought that sounded really good. And I know on day 1, and you need to go back and watch that if you haven't watched it yet, but on day 1 I made that white chocolate cherry fudge, and it turned out really good. And so I seen a recipe for these cookies, and it is maraschino cherry chocolate chip cookies, and they looked really good. So we're going to give that a try. Her website is thefirstyearblog.com. I'll put it up there, thefirstyearblog.com. And I will put her link in the description below. So go click on that link and go print off her recipe, and I'll show her some love. Let's get started. Okay, here we go. So the first ingredient we're going to start off with, it is just 4 tablespoons or a half a stick or a 1/4 of cup of butter. So however you want to measure that. So I'm going with a half a stick of butter. You want to beat, I've kind of talked about this a lot, but you want to beat your butter up first. You want to get it all fluffy and get some of that air in it before the next step. And of course that butter is at room temperature. You want to try to have your butter at room temperature, and it's also going to take an egg. You want that at room temperature as well. And preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, after you get your butter beat up really good, you're going to add 3/4 a cup of brown sugar. And yes, this cup is actually a 3/4 cup. I know it's kind of unusual, but it is actually a 3/4 cup. So we add the sugar in there, and let's kind of combine all that. After that's creamed together really well, we're going to add 1 room temperature egg. Wash your hands. Okay, there it goes in our egg, and just combine that really well. Okay, that's whipped up really well. It should look about like cake batter. All right, next we're adding our dry ingredients, and make sure that you sift. You always want to sift your flour and your leavening agents. So it's a 1.5 cups. There's a cup. There's a half. Our leavening agents is 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, the one in the orange thing, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I use pink Himalayan. You can use any salt. And you just want to sift that in really good. You want to take your flour and beat it into the butter mixture, and do not overmix though. You just want to blend it until it's just blended. I should have added this. Into the butter mixture. So all the time making ding dong mistakes. So don't be a ding dong like me. Add your flavoring in with the butter mixture, not after the flour, but it'll have to be okay. So it calls for a teaspoon of vanilla, she calls for an 1/8 teaspoon of almond extract. Personally, I don't think that's enough, so I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon, but you do what you want. So this is almond extract. And as I've said before, to me, almond extract smells and kind of almost tastes like cherry. Okay. Finally, we're going to put a drop of pink food color in this, or a few drops. That should have been put in with the creamed butter mixture also. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Okay, then we're going to put in 3/4 cup of chopped up, drained extremely well maraschino cherries. And I drained these. I went ahead and done this off camera, but I put them in a strainer and I strained the juice off. Then I chopped them up really good. Then I put them on a paper towel, had a paper towel sitting on top, and I squeezed it out. And then I actually got a couple more paper towels, flipped it back on the cleaner paper towels, and just kind of squeeze out some more of the juice, because you do not want the cherry juice, because that can mess up your cookies. So we'll add the cherries. So that was 3/4 cup of cherries and 3/4 cup of chocolate chips. And then I'm just going to take my spoon and then stir it all together at this point. All right, I have my large cookie sheet and I've got my cookie scoop, and we are going to scoop these out into balls. You want to separate them about 1 inch apart or so. And just the recap, after you mix your butter, egg, and brown sugar mixture, right after it's smooth, and I told you that it should look like cake batter, at that point, add your vanilla and almond extract, and then if you want food coloring, add that in there at that point. I don't know what I was thinking, but well, I can't seem to find my small cookie sheet, so I'm going to use this pizza pan. She did say to chop up some cherries on the side, and that if you wanted like the cherries and chocolate chips sort of on top, resting on top, to chop some for the side and leave some chocolate chips to the side and put them on top, which honestly to me they look pretty full already, but they're not going to be pink as her, because I kind of messed that up. But you don't have to put pink food coloring in it either. That's just an option. Some people, I think, are even allergic to food coloring. Right. Again, have your oven preheated to 350 degrees as long as your pan doesn't get hot like mine. If so, then bring it to 325. She says to bake them for 14 to 16 minutes, so I'm just going to watch and see how long mine take. But you just want to bake them until they are, golden brown. So let's go to the oven. I just pulled them out of the oven. I think that helped baking them at 325 for me instead of 350. And they baked for about 14 minutes. You will want to leave those in the pan for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then transfer them to a cookie sheet and let them cool completely. All right, here they are. Let's see. There. So let's try her out here. All right, they're good. I think that they're good. It depends on what type of cookie that you're looking for, though. To me, I think it has a little bit too much chocolate chips in it because it's overpowering the cherry. I can't even taste the cherry, or barely. I can taste it a little bit, but not as much as I want to. But I am a cherry fan. So I think I would scale back and put a 1/2 cup instead of 3/4 cup of chocolate chips in the batter. And also, when you, as I showed you, garnish on top where you take extra and just put it on top, I would put the extra cherries on top, but I don't think I would put extra chocolate chips on top, because for the most part it just tastes like a chocolate chip cookie. but you do just get a little hint every now and then of the cherry. So if you're bigger on chocolate chips than you are cherry, then it's perfect. If you're bigger on cherry than chocolate chips, then scale back a little bit on the chocolate chips. But other than that, they're a really good cookie. So there you have it, folks. That is the maraschino cherry chocolate chip cookie. And I'm gonna, like I said, link her page in the description box below. When you go to her page, hers are pink. I mean, they are bright pink. I messed that up, so don't compare mine to hers as far as that, because I should have put the food coloring in earlier in the stage and I just wasn't thinking. Anyway, so I appreciate you coming and spending your day with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope and pray that you hit that little subscribe button. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you do subscribe, turn on the little notification bell. That way you know when I release new videos. And I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye. My dad's painting of the day, and I wanted to show you this one. Beautiful that is. There's a John Deere tractor and a pumpkin patch. But there you go. That's the next painting of the day. If you have any questions regarding his paintings, you know how to email me.